Welcome back to your daily dose. My name is Robert. It's my pal Susan. Again, please subscribe and like and share this with all your friends. Let us know if you want to be on. We'd love to have you. We were talking a little about education and bottlenecks, and interestingly, about that difficult dichotomy of we want to shape the information so that we can filter out some things, because there are things that can be damaging, right? On the free engine. So free speech is not absolutely free. Can't yell fire in a crowded theater. Same thing in education. There are things that don't fit within every parameter. However, put it in the scope of my recent PhD, interdisciplinary health sciences. That word interdisciplinary means necessarily the somewhat messy cross pollination of departmental ethos. And for people in a certain group, they may not see the group in the other as legitimate for some reason. And when that happens, what do? They turn their backs in silo. And the person in the middle who's trying to do that is caught in a war, right? Who's trying to bridge the gap. And I have
The
an
guy with the
awesome
creative
comic.
mind.
Go ahead. What?
The guy with the creative mind, and he has ideas, and he's curious, and he wants to figure things out, and he's banging into this wall.
The guy who wants to yes and who wants to bring those people together.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that's right. To say these two seemingly disparate things have something to offer each other, if only they would do what that we were meditating on so deeply earlier. If only they'd listen.
Listen,
And as you mentioned, that's maybe a harder skill than we give it credit for. We think we're listening when we're not.
if we're listening, I mean, I think many of us have learned that if you're just waiting for a moment when you can interrupt and say whatever you wanted to say, you're not really listening at all. We were talking at a deeper level that the way you listen, the feedback that you're giving to the, let's say, this is complicated. Let's say you're speaking and I'm listening to you. Well, I'm at the same time emitting information with my eyes, whether I'm nodding, whether I'm responding in some way, whether I'm interrupting you with the highest of motivations. It's still an interruption. It's not helpful. I just did it to you. I didn't. We talk over each other by accident here. It's a little harder in a Zoom format, but it's the same thing. And so to listen is a huge responsibility
I like the way you just framed that,
and gift. Yeah.
because there's assumed listening. And then there is, maybe, I don't know if you quite said this, but what I heard was responsible or responsive listening, which is different.
Responsive listening can actually be dangerous. It can be. So in some of our improv games, when we play What's Not Wrong with Your Life, somebody can say the most amazing thing, and it's almost impossible for me not to react to that. But what we're
Mhm.
doing is not give and take. It's a repeating question game. It's a repeating question. It's an exercise where I'm not meant to respond. I'm meant to repeat the question.
You know what's interesting about that? You just said it. It made me think recently, because of how much value people get out of that game, and I don't think we play it enough, because of how good it is and how simple it is. It's low threshold, high reward. There's an element that we haven't done in a long time that I think speaks to what you just said, called color that in for me. You remember
Oh
that?
yeah. Yes.
Where, and I'm trying to think exactly how I gamify that in a way, but maybe expanding the 30 to 1 minute threshold and giving the asker, you get 3 color that in for me's. So when someone lands upon that,
Oh, I see what you mean.
you know what I mean?
Oh,
To
that's a
give the
really good
person
one.
a chance to expand on the thing that you, for whatever reason, want. And then, and they do it relatively quickly, and then boom, you hit them right back with, okay, what's not wrong with your life?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Um,
Or
but I
color
do
that in.
think,
You say color that in for me again.
yeah,
Color that in a bit more.
right. Well, color that in for me is a phrase that allows somebody to say, I'm interested in what you're saying, please expand upon it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a very respectful thing in many ways. It says, I'm interested. What you said touched me. I heard that.
Yes.
I want to
Yes.
know more.
Yes. I'm not sure if this is what you said or not, but what I thought you said was kind of a hybrid of both games,
Yeah,
where you
color that in
start
for
with
me is
what's
not a
not
game.
wrong.
It's more color that in for me is a power phrase, right? With that can be used within. I think, you may have remembered I used it when we were first starting I2I PD.
You can't even remember. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of drifted from it a little bit. Not really with intention, but yeah, games come and go. So yeah, just this is the good thing about continuing to cycle, because I will probably I'll add that to the list. So hey, if you're
Do
watching this,
you,
come join us.
I did you catch what I'm suggesting? That
Reiterate in case I didn't.
this is really a fun thought for me. So we start with what's not wrong with your life,
Yep.
and so someone asks me that, and I say, "It's a beautiful day,"
Right.
and then you say, "Color that
Color
in."
that in for me.
So then I say something in response. Actually, it's raining, and we needed rain. Then you
Right.
say, again, color that in for me.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah, you
layer
can
the
use your three
color.
color that in for me any way you like.
Isn't that fun?
That is okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, cool. Yeah. And we are over time, so I'm going
We
to
are
call
so
it.
over time.
See you later.